Welcome to Old Man Wisdom. We're looking at the Euro USD and looking at price action and trading with an indicator. So two different options. What happened this week and what can we expect or forecast for the Euro USD next week? Let's jump straight over to the charts and have a quick look. So here we are on the Euro USD. We're looking at price action trading first of all. And last week you'll see here that this blue rectangle represents the week that has just been. It's still running, the charts are still open, there's a few more hours before they close. But last week, what I was hoping to see was price rise up to this red line here. This was my kind of zone that I'd marked out. And you'll notice here then that price did indeed push up to this red mark, to this zone. And what we wanted to see was candle wicks or price stalling around this level, but that just didn't happen. Just as last week price burst through this zone, that's exactly what happened this week. Price burst back above the zone and headed up towards our multi-time frame moving average. Now this again is, although it's an indicator, it's where we can often base levels and see where price might reject. And you can see that that's exactly what price was doing. We wanted to see this price action down here at this level here, but instead it happened up near our multi-time frame moving average. This is a 20 simple moving average based on the daily chart, but it's just plotted on the 1 hour chart, which is why it doesn't look very much like a moving average. But if you was to go to the daily chart, you would see that price is currently above the 20 simple moving average. And here we are, look. Here's the 20 simple moving average, this blue line, and price is just about above the blue line. So when we go back onto the 1 hour chart, you'll see that's exactly what we're looking at. Price is just above the 20 simple moving average. So this little indicator really just stops us having to flick between the two time frames. So you'll notice here that price on Tuesday and Wednesday stalled around this 20 simple moving average level here. Could we have sold? Well, yes. Once it rejected here, we could easily have sold for nearly 80 pips. The stop loss would have been just above this high over here. So you'd have been risking about 40 pips to make a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio of 80. So risking 40 to make 80. The reason why you'd have set your take profit down here is because you would like to have seen price head back towards this really key level here that I plotted last week. So a simple trade here, and you'll notice that price then went under this key level, shot back above it and stalled. So you might have even had a buy opportunity off of this level. The level is 1.04800. So there was even a possibility of a buy back up to this multi-time frame moving average or the 20 simple moving average. If you had have bought it around about here, you'd have made 50 pips. Your risk would have been about 40. So not a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio by any means, but when you see price stalling around key levels, whether that's a moving average or a level that you yourself have plotted, you're looking for price to stall around that level. And of course, you don't want to be risking too much, but you'll notice here that we was indeed in an uptrend, a very easy trend to plot on the charts. So when it retested it and you're also at a key level, yes, you could have bought. There's an opportunity to sell and an opportunity to buy this week. Hopefully you caught some pips, and you'll notice now that price has broken through the 20 simple moving average and now it's retracing. Will it retrace to this trend line? Well, that's what we might expect for next week. If the Euro USD can retrace back to this trend line, we again don't want to just be taking the buy blind. We want to see price stall, we want to see a few wicks. We want to see confirmation that price is struggling to break through this trend line. So if this makes it any easier, you'll see here that the top of the trend could be up here, and currently it's bouncing between these two levels here. So whether this trend will continue, we just don't know, but it's certainly at the moment in a nice upward trend. It's making higher highs. So for next week, the forecast for the Euro USD could be a buy at around this level if we see price stalling. If we move over to our indicator, the 1 hour power, you'll see again that this blue rectangle is where the week started, and last week we said that we wanted price to move up to the multi-time frame moving average. Well, again, that's exactly what it did do. However, what we didn't get was a sell signal from our MACD or our indicator. So although it moved up to the level that we wanted it to do, we didn't get a sell opportunity. We wouldn't have took this buy trade here because price was underneath the multi-time frame moving average. We would only take a buy if price is above the multi-time frame moving average. Well, price is currently above the moving average, but we haven't got a buy signal yet from the MACD. So for next week, that's what we really want to see. Now that price is above the moving average, we want it to remain above the moving average. We want the MACD to move down towards the 0 line and then back up to give us that buy signal. So that's what we would like to see for next week, that price remains on or around this level of the moving average, and then we get a nice buy signal from the MACD indicator, and as long as price remains above this multi-time frame moving average, then that's what we plan to do, buy the EURUSD next week. So there you go, two very simple outlooks. Both of them are suggesting we're in an uptrend, both with price action and our indicator. For next week, the forecast or the analysis on the EURUSD is that if we can get a buy opportunity, then we certainly will take it. Remember to keep your stop losses reasonable. My maximum stop loss is 50 pips, and I usually work to a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. If you'd like to see more videos like this, then click the link here on the screen. In the meantime, have a fantastic weekend, happy trading, and I'll speak to you all soon.